What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another evening edition of A Therapeutic Edge. It is a beautiful night here in Northern California. I am out on my patio with a bunch of gear, probably pissing off my neighbors, but hey, that's okay. Let's get this done. On the table in front of us today is just an excellent knife. This is the Apurvis Designs Progeny, and this is a spectacular smaller knife. Now, it is a smaller knife. And to show you that, we're going to put the Manix 2 lightweight up on the table. And as you can see, it is shorter than the Manix 2. It is thin through the handle, whereas Manix 2 is a very long, at least tall knife. But here's the thing. Apurvis Blades designed this thing with the help of Elijah Isham, and it shows in the DNA. It is surprisingly comfortable in hand. It is well made. It's actually made by Bestech. It is M390 steel. It is a simple and elegant design. I mean, look at the way the blade falls down into the scales back here, right? It's just smooth. Everything about it is clean. They added a little pop of color at the backspacer, which is a full-length backspacer. It runs almost the length of the knife. And the pocket clip, which allows for a really nice deep carry. As you can see, when this thing's in the pocket, there's about that much knife sticking up. It's really nice. It is light. It is smooth. It is a worker. The way this blade is designed, it is nice and long and lean with a high flat grind. There is enough belly that you can do great cuts. You know, it even works this way. Like remarkably well in hand if the reverse grip is something you are into. The way it's designed for push cuts, right, as you can see, it just locks in. Now, it is a little narrow for me, right, through here. So when I'm doing push cuts, there's a little bit of push back into my palm. But I'll tell you, the way this thing is designed, there are no hot spots, at least not for me. Now, why am I sharing this knife with you tonight? Well, after he made this, he released a knife called the Primordial, and that was a gorgeous knife, but for me it was a little too small. Well, he just released the Primordial Mark II, and that will be arriving on my table in about a week, and I am beside myself. So I wanted to do him the honor of sharing with you the knife that got me started on his stuff in the first place, and this is it. Once again, this is the Progeny, right, first, and you can really tell these are excellent knives. You know, interestingly enough, the detent on mine is a little soft, right, so it doesn't snap out, but it doesn't fail either, and that really is all that matters to me. The design, as I said, is simple and elegant. It is M390. I love his logo, which there we go, look at that. On this side of the blade, almost nothing, except the little tiny M390 right there. This thing is clean. It is a user, an elegant user. I carry this knife when I'm dressed up, when I'm going out, when I want enough knife to get the job done, but not so much knife that it's interfering with slacks or shorts. This is a perfect knife for those conditions. This thing is great. I am really looking forward to the Primordial Mark II, but this is a knife that I will never sell. I got in early when he was doing a release of this. I discovered it on Instagram thanks to Apurvis, Instagram page. And I've been in love with it ever since. So there's a knife called the Kaiser Theta. This knife is very similar. I actually have it. Unfortunately, I don't have it on the table with me right now. I'll do that later. These are very similar. The way I described this to and talked about it with the reviewers that had them both at the time was that this is everything I wanted the Kaiser Theta to be. Both knives have Elijah Isham, design aesthetics. The Theta is all Elijah Isham. This is that knife done just a little differently, and for my hand, that little bit of difference makes all the difference. This is a wonderful knife. They're out there on the secondary market. He may do a second run, I don't know. If you get a chance to get your hands on one of these, and you like a good, small, great steel knife, you cannot go wrong with the Progeny. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions about this or any knives, feel free to ask down in the comments. I'll see you next time.